Mahamuni Patanjali, in his renowned book Yoga Sutra, has propounded the 8 limbs of yoga, and Raja Yoga gives the practical method of Ashtanga or 8 limbs of yoga to reach the highest state of awareness. So these are yamas or external discipline, niyamas internal discipline, asana means posture, pranayama means breath control, pratyahara means detachment from the senses, then dharana means concentration, dhyana is meditation, and samadhi. Samadhi means union or integration. So first limb is yama. So yama actually gives the guidance or rules to live in a society. So first yama is ahimsa or non-violence. So non-violence not only tells not to harm others like in thought or in deed, but also practice some kindness towards other creature and one's own self also. Then comes Satya or truthfulness. So it means living a truthful life without harming others, and to practice Satya one must think before they speak and consider the consequences of the action. If it can harm someone, then it is better to be silent. Then comes Ashtya or non-stealing. Okay, so one should not steal the material objects, but also should not steal some others' thoughts or ideas also. And even it is said to be avoided that if confidential information also should not reveal. Okay, next comes brahmacharya. Brahmacharya in Indian religion is a concept which means on the path of Brahma. Now brahmacharya is different from the English term celibacy, which literally means non-indulgence of the sexual activity. Now brahmachari is the one who controls the mind, abstaining through word, then thought and deed. They can detach themselves from the material or pleasurable things and to attain the Brahma Jnana. Now next comes aparigraha or non-possessiveness. So one should live the life without any greed and only take that much which is necessary, and one should not take advantage of others or any situation, and do not exploit others also. Now next comes the second limb is niyama. So niyama is the internal discipline. So first niyama is saucha or cleanliness. It can be both inner and outer cleanliness. So inner cleanliness is done by asanas, like if you practice asanas, pranayamas and inner cleansing practices, so in that way you can detoxify your inner self, that is inner cleanliness, and outer cleanliness is keeping your surrounding clean. Next comes contentment or santosha. So it is actually santosha meaning the mental contentment. So it is like being happy in under any situation and to be content whatever you have got in your life. With everything in your life you have to be content. It is the balance between the inner and the outer world. So one should be content with the achievement of own self, like whatever you achieve through your own capacity, one should be content with that. Okay, next comes tapasa or austerity. Now tapasa means like you have to keep your body in a good condition. So to practice tapasa one should discipline the body, mind and thought. Example is like eating when you feel hungry. Okay, when you discipline your body, then what happens, like you destroy the impurities from your body, thus your sense organs and your body is like becomes more close to the divine power, or it can sense the divine power easily. Next comes the swadhyaya or self study. So swadhyaya or self study means the study about one's own self, or self inquiry or self experiment or examination. Okay, so while practicing swadhyaya one can totally submerge themselves to the divine. Okay, when one person knows themselves better and they have knowledge about themselves better, then it will help that person to connect to the divine easily. Yoga is also one type of swadhyaya. Then comes Ishvara Pranidhana. There are two words, like Ishvara means the supreme being or the god or Brahma or the ultimate reality, and pranidhana means fixing. So basically Ishvara Pranidhana means surrendering oneself to the divine power, and like whatever you do, your action should be an offering to the divine. Okay, now the third limb is asana. Now, practicing asana, sadhaka can keep the body in a proper order or tune. Next comes pranayama. So, prana means vital energy or vital force. So, through practicing pranayama, one can control the prana, okay, which is behind all the like life activities, right? And even through pranayama, one can stabilize the volatile mind also. Next comes pratyahara. So pratyahara is disconnecting the mind from the senses. So it is like any external attraction will be unaffected to that person. Okay, and he should be reaching higher than the any kind of material things. Okay, material pleasures. Next comes dharana. Dharana means concentration or focusing the mind. Then comes dhyana. Dhyana is meditation or deconcentration. Next comes samadhi. Samadhi, the last limb of yoga, which is like to attain samadhi. The people who all are practicing dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, they in them the dormant energy, okay, in human being, which is called the kundalini, awakes, and they can obtain like wonderful and transcendental powers. Thank you.